Namaste. On behalf of Insight UK, I'd like to welcome all of you to today's webinar. So the purpose of today's webinar, we would be mainly featuring around the book Veer Savarkar, Allegations versus Reality from the author Sri Akshay Jog. like to give you a little bit of introduction about Shri Akshay Jog. He is an electronics and telecommunication engineer who has been working in an MNC in London for the past 13 years, while he was also researching the politician Veer Savarkar. He is a renowned author, blogger, orator, and also a writer. He's already published the book, which we are discussing today, Veer Savarkar, Allegations versus Reality, which was originally written in Marathi and has been edited 12 times in the last 2 years, which has now been translated into English, Hindi, and Gujarati. Akshay Ji also has an upcoming book, which he's working on, Veer Savarkar, a Social Revolutionary. He regularly writes the Mumbai Taran Bharat, Dagal newspaper, First Post News Party, and Rhythm web portal. He's received Dr. Arvind Sadashiv Godbole Hindutva Writing Award in 2021. I'd like to welcome Sri Akshay Jog to the webinar. Namaste, Akshay Ji.
Namaste.
So I'd like to begin with some questions, if that's all right. So I was wondering, of all the things, that you chose to research, Savarkarji, and I was wondering what your inspiration were behind the book, the research, and how you thought about creating a book at the end.
First of all, thank you, Inside UK, for inviting me in this webinar. After my school education, I have started reading history books, and first I bought a book of Veer Savarkar autobiography. It's basically in Marathi, but it's you can translate it as a life imprisonment of Veer Savarkar, Maji Janmatip. His duration of imprisonment in cellular jail. So I read that book and got impressed with what he have suffered from during his imprisonment in childhood. Then I know about his revolutionary work because I am from a RSS Swayamsevak family. So my uncle, my father, my mother, grandfather, all are connected with the RSS, and my uncle and also met Savarkar several times because our house is exactly opposite to the Veer Savarkar's house in Dadar. So my uncle used to went to his house, and so from childhood, I was know about the Veer Savarkar, but when I read his book, I got to acquaintance with his philosophy, his ideology, his actual working, how he was a multi-dimensional personality. He is not only a revolutionary or a patriot, but at the same time, he was a great poet in Marathi, great playwriter. Then he was a social reformer, and he was a great orator, and his oratory is praised by Mahatma Gandhi also. And of course, his famous book 1857 War of Independence, which was considered as a Bhagavad Gita of that all the revolutionaries from Bhagat Singh to Netai Subhash Chandra Bose. So I have started reading his all collected volumes, Samagra Veer Savarkar's Wangmay. Then I decided that this person is has a very huge ability, and he's very unknown to the young people of the especially kids and youngsters. So I thought it is a ignorant personality in our Indian freedom struggle. So it is my duty to spread his philosophy, to spread his ideology and his biography to in my young generation people kind of language to all the people. So I started talking on Veer Savarkar. I started writing in some web portals or in some magazines. And then I decided to write a book on Veer Savarkar. In 2019, it was published. But before that, I had done around 10 years of research, because I'm a engineer. So basically my academic background is from engineer. So my thinking is that if you want to do any kind of research, or if you want to go to any destination, or to any certain point, so you had to do lots of research work, and then you had to you must be having an analytical mind for that. And so for that time, I need lots of span to do my daily work of office work. And in part time, I have started using reading his material. So after 10 years of research, I wrote my book. And now I'm doing some more research, which is based in various archives in India, in Britain, in US, and all that. So you can say Savarkar's autobiography, My Life Imprisonment of Andaman, yeah, it was my inspiration. That the book was my inspiration.
Thank you so much, Akshay, for the very detailed explanation. So if I was to say, finding the truth is obviously the most important thing. I mean, it has always been the most important thing, but it's particularly important now because of the social media. And there's just so much misinformation generally, and propaganda's narratives. And we've even seen that the Leicester riots incident, where social media just managed to entirely create a new narrative and completely divert the attention from the real problem there. And it's often, it's well known for all of us that this is, it has been happening for a long time. And we suspect, as we all know, that it has also happened in Veer Savarkarji's case as well. So how were you actually able to do this research, particularly in Britain? What was your methodology? How did you know that the information that you would find was right?
Yeah. Basically, initially, I had started to find his primary resources. That is, primary resources is own collected volumes of all the Veer Savarkar volume. It is around 9 volumes. His poems, his speeches, his presidential speeches as a Hindu Mahasabha's president. Then his poems, his play which he has written in Marathi. So it was collected in around 9 volumes. It is a mixed volume. Some volumes are 6 to 7 volumes is in Marathi, and around 1 to 2 volumes is in originally in English. So first I have gone through all the collected volumes. Then I shifted to his contemporary people, his contemporary associate during his revolutionary movement, during his social reform movement, during his Hindu Mahasabha period movement. So I read their memoirs, their autobiographies. Then again, I gone deep into the correspondence of the British administrative people or British political people, because at that time, every viceroy or any British authority has to send a report to his British high command officers based in UK or England. So from that correspondence, you will get to know exactly what is the opinion of the British Empire on that particular personality. Maybe it will be Savarkar or a Gandhi or anybody. So it is another media to know the exact opinion of the Veer Savarkar. Another thing is that Britishers at that time made reports on Veer Savarkar because when he came to UK in 1906, and he stayed here in UK for his barrister education to 4 years from 1906 to 1910. So before he reached to London, his file was already went to the London's CID high command officers. So the discipline of the Britishers of keeping the record of the each and every individual or organization, and specifically revolutionary or any political leader, it helps me or any researcher to analyze, to gone through it, to do some research on it. So basically, the source of to find this correspondence and these reports is a archives. Some material is in National Archives of the India, New Delhi. Some documents in maybe in Nehru Memorial in New Delhi, and 50 to 60% of material based in UK. It's in British Library because they have preserved India office records in the British Library. It is a very huge library. It has lots of books, lots of reports. Any minor detail they have mentioned. I got to know this from when I started studying this. My guidance, Dr. Srirang Godbole, has told me that there is a lots of unearthed and unclassified documents is kept in British Library. So it is better if you could declassify these documents, and if you find anything new in these documents, it will be a very added in your research also. So I decided that yes, it will be a good to travel to UK and to find some resources in British Library. And fortunately, I received the Education Ministry's one institution, name is ICHR, Indian Council of Historical Research. So they have provided me the foreign travel grant to do this research. So I received this grant, and I'm doing research in UK right now, and it is almost very good journey to do some research, and I'm finding lots of information in British Library, which is very helpful for my subject also, and other related subject like India's freedom movement, other personalities like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, all the patriots of the Indian freedom struggle. So it will be a huge material which I have I'm finding day by day in British Library. And recently, Vikram Sampath also published his 2 volumes of Veer Savarkar. So in that volume, he also used this British Library's material. So from that resources, I've got to know about that all this huge material. And right now I'm doing research, and now I have to study all this material, and right now I am just keeping the record and taking the documents, and after that I have to study all that document, and then it will be converted into the book on Veer Savarkar, specifically his ideological and his political biography. So I'm writing a book on his ideological and his political biography. So thanks to my sponsors ICHR and all the people who are helping me in UK and India.
Thank you so much, Akshay. I'm sure you know it's very helpful, obviously, hearing from you in such detail about, because you know, having lived here for a while, I would have known. I'm sure it would be really helpful for, you know, students who would like to research and find resources similarly. So I'm aware that your book is available on Amazon, but for the people who haven't yet read your book, what would you like to tell them about the book? What is the book about? I know you're featuring the key allegations against Veer Savarkar ji, and you know what you found out, in fact, you know, was the truth. So would you like to, you know, take us through that? Thank you.
Sure. Basically, I have written this book firstly in Marathi in 2019, and then in within a 6 months of span, I had with my friend, another friend Amol Damle, I had translated into the English also. But due to the COVID pandemic, it was delay for publication delay, and recently, 4 months back, it was officially published in English. It is also translated into Hindi and Gujarati also. In from around 10 to 15 years, I'm reading about Veer Savarkar's his so-called mercy petitions, his so-called involvement in Gandhi murder, and like that. But when I started reading his collected volumes, I got to know that all the allegations are completely baseless. There is no any truth behind all the allegations. So I decided to write the book on this kind of you can say it is kind of a debate kind of a book. It is not a biography. It is not a fiction or a non-fictional book. It is completely the one I have sorted all the allegations in 16 chapters. So sorry, 15 chapters. So the 50 allegations and 15 answers you will find in 15 chapters. And all the allegations answer, I will call it as a not an answer. I will call it as a reality. What is the reality? I will just put forth before the reader what is the reality based on the primary sources, not on any kind of secondary sources. I'm not writing this book in any kind of a bhakta or a devotee, Savarkar devotee manner. I have written this book in completely academic manner. So you will find the references for each sentence, each statement from Savarkar's, either from Savarkar collected volumes or either from any British correspondence or either from any his contemporary associates, memoirs or autobiography. So the famous allegations is his mercy petition, so-called mercy petition. So what exactly Savarkar has wrote in his biography, Maji Janmatep, My Transportation to Life. And then he's involved. Lots of people are saying that maybe he maybe get involved in Gandhi murder, but court has completely released him. But in 1969, the Kapoor Commission was appointed, and the Kapoor Commission was said, given their report that yes, Veer Savarkar was also involved in that Gandhi murder case. So I read all the complete Kapoor Commission report, which is in around 4 volumes. Then I have also gone through the all Gandhi murder Gandhi murder case. It is also in lots of 5 to 10 or 5 to 6 volume of lots of volumes. But I have just gone through the related matter regarding Veer Savarkar's involvement in it. And while doing this study, I have found much more detailed records regarding Gandhi murder case. We will talk on this in later part. So and then again, the famous allegation on Veer Savarkar regarding his minority policy, his famous book Hindutva, Who is Hindu? Then Savarkar's role during the role in India's freedom struggle, the Savarkar's stand which has taken during the Second World War. Then Savarkar's militarization policy, Savarkar Mahatma Gandhi's relation, Savarkar Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose relation, Savarkar and Congress relation. Then is Savarkar receiving any kind of pension or allowances from Britishers? Is there any truth behind it? Then what was the thought behind Savarkar's social reform movement? Whether he's really thinking from a human point of view, or whether he has some Hindu point of view. So and actual, what is the humanitarian policy? Humanitarian. I'm saying that Savarkar was a armed struggle revolutionary. Savarkar was a social revolutionary, social reformer also. But I'm seeing the Savarkar as a very big utilitarian philosopher. So I have also written one small chapter on what is the Savarkar's utilitarian philosophy, what is the humanitarian thoughts of the Veer Savarkar. Because lots of people are thinking that Veer Savarkar was advocating the Hindu Rashtra, Hindutva, and Hindu Sangathan. So he may be a narrow communal leader, but that's not the truth. Savarkar was the humanitarian thinker and philosopher. So I have also written a separate chapter on Veer Savarkar's humanitarian as a Savarkar as a humanitarian thinker. And then there is a again famous allegation that the Veer Savarkar supported Hitler and Savarkar was anti-Jewish. And so I have gone through lots of his letters which he sent to his contemporary people, sent to the Congress leader, sent to his some associates in British also, because Savarkar had lots of British friends also, like Guy Aldred, David Garnett. Savarkar also has a Jewish friends also, and his thoughts on Jewish policy or Jewish thinking. I think Savarkar was the first person who, first Indian leader who openly congratulated the formation of the Jewish nation, and he actually advocated it, the Israel nation, in his 1923 book Hindutva also. So the truth behind the Savarkar's advocating the Israel, and how he was pro-Israel or pro-Jewish. That is I have put forth in a separate chapter. Then again, the Savarkar, all the so-called opponents are saying that Savarkar was a fascist. Like in Italy, you have Mussolini, he was a fascist. So the same in India, Savarkar is a fascist. He was advocating the fascism. So in same chapter, I have also given the answers, or you can say put forth the reality behind this allegation. So this way, I have sorted this book in 15 chapters, and in every edition I'm trying to add the new information which is I'm also getting from my ongoing research. So previously the book was around 170-80 pages, then book is become bigger. Now it is book is around 225 pages. So in every edition it is a added edition. It is a not only a reprint of the edition. So because to know any person, his thoughts or any biography, it is an ongoing process. You could not stop at any time. Yeah, from 4 or 5 years I know this person, so now I will keep aside this topic and this person, then I will choose another topic. That's not possible, because in every archive documents you will find a new information, new perspective, from his contemporaries, from his opponents, from his enemies, from his friends also. And it is a continuous process. So this was a final product is a book which I have written in Marathi. Now it's available in English also for worldwide readers. And I hope I am saying that it is not written only for the Savarkar Bhakta or Savarkarite people. It is already also written for neutral people also and opponents also, because I had never utter any hatred kind of word against Savarkar opponents, like Mahatma Gandhi. So, basically, the Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, or Congress, they are only a Savarkar opponents. They are ideological and philosophical opponents, but they don't have any personal dispute. They are not a personal enemy. So you will find that I have also given some references, actual primary resource references, that how the Savarkar congratulated Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Congress also, how he is he was against. At that time, the Nehru and Gandhi was arrested during the 1945 Quit India movement. So Savarkar has said that it is completely wrong to arrest the big leaders like Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi. So Savarkar was one of the few leaders who opposed the arrest of the Mahatma Gandhi and Nehru. So from this different neutral, analytical, and you can say academic point of view, I had written this book, and it is almost now 13 edition available in Marathi, and English first edition is also going to be sold out very soon, and we are trying for a second edition also, and I hope the uh, all the readers in UK also will like this book. You can order it from Amazon or Hindu eShop, and I'm waiting for your feedback also. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshay ji. So on the specific allegations, so what was the truth behind the mercy petition? Of all the things that you mentioned, can you specify, like, so what is the specific evidence that you found, and if you don't mind explaining that.
Yeah, sure. This is a very famous allegation. So is the true that Savarkar has sent such kind of petition? Yeah, Savarkar has sent around 8 petitions, which is available for the readers. But actually, from his jail diary, it is known that he sent around 10 petitions, but the 2 petitions not yet found to any researcher, and we are try to find it. So Savarkar has sent these letters, petitions to the Britishers, and actually it was a legitimate right given by the Britishers to the all political prisoners. It is not any kind of special privilege given to the Veer Savarkar also, Veer Savarkar only. It is given to the all political prisoners. And Savarkar has clearly mentioned in his autobiography that yes, I have sent such kind of petition, and my motive behind this sending a petition is that Savarkar, as I said, Savarkar was a utilitarian philosopher. So Savarkar's thought is that rotting in the enemy's jail is not a definition of my patriotism. I want to do some active work for my country, maybe directly, indirectly, directly. Maybe it may be a political, it may be a social, it may be a linguistic, because Savarkar has done a very good linguistic work in Bhasha Shuddhi kind of, because he has given lots of Marathi words to the Urdu, Persian, or English words. For a date, there is a famous word in Marathi is Tarik, but the Tarik is actually a Farsi word. So Savarkar and his brother Babarao Savarkar has given the Marathi word Dinanka, and lots of new word he coined. So Savarkar said that, yeah, maybe I can do any kind of work, but rotting in the enemy's jail is not my definition of patriotism. So it is better. And Savarkar has sentenced 50 years of life imprisonment. So the 50 years are very, very huge. It is he received the 2 life sentences, 25, so it completely 50 years. So from 1910 to 1960, there is a plan to imprison Savarkar in cellular jail. So Savarkar was a barrister, even though he did receive an official degree, but he gone through all the exams. But he never called to bar, like a council bar in India. In England, Savarkar studied in Gray's Inn. So Gray's Inn bar never called Savarkar due to his revolutionary thoughts and revolutionary movement, and he was a mastermind of all the revolutionary work during his tenure in Nashik, Pune, and then after in Europe and UK. But Savarkar has studied the British law, British empire law, and so he know he know that it was a legitimate right given to the all prisoners, and he also communicate his knowledge to his co-prisoners also, like Baridhara Kumar Ghosh. He was a brother of the famous yogi Arvinda Ghosh. Then Sachindranath Sanyal, he was also a revolutionary and sent to the cellular jail. So the Sanyal and Bharat Kumar Ghosh also sent similar kind of petitions to the Britishers. And after a few years, they both were released, but Savarkar never released till 1921. In 1921, Savarkar was shifted from cellular jail to Alipur jail in Kolkata, then to some months in Mumbai, then Ratnagiri for 2.5 years around, then finally in Yeroda's Pune's Yeroda jail. Then he was kept in Ratnagiri in internment, and they have put some conditions on Veer Savarkar that he was not allowed to take any directly or indirectly into the active politics, and he could not go outside the Ratnagiri district. From 1924 to 1937, Savarkar was interned in Ratnagiri. In 1937, Savarkar was completely released, and he was allowed to take part into the politics. So, as I said, Savarkar was not only a political prisoner. There are lots of political prisoners, and Bharat Kumar Ghosh and Sachindranath Sanyal also have written their autobiography, and they have clearly mentioned that yes, we have written the similar petition like Veer Savarkar. Even the Ram Prasad Bismil, he was also famous revolutionary. He also sent a similar kind of petition to the Britishers, but they refused to refuse this petition. Then Ashafullah Khan, the associate of the Ram Prasad Bismil, then lots of revolutionary sent such kind of petition. They may be kept outside cellular jail. Some may be kept in Bengal, some kept in Punjab, some kept in North India, some kept in other parts of the India. Some they have sentenced the death penalty. They have hanged to the उनको फांसी हो गई थी. But lots there is, when I was searching in National Archives in New Delhi, in every file I had found around 100 to 150 petitions of the different kind of prisoners, like political prisoner, criminal, because there is various categories of the prisoners. One who have convicted in any political plot or assassination plot related to politics, he was considered as a political prisoner. And other prisoner were criminal prisoner, like who did some criminal, like some murder or a rape or any thief, a big thief or attempt to murder kind of. So there is a two different categories. So I have found lots of petitions from the lots of different category prisoners, and it is a normal process in British Empire to send such petition. And if the Britishers think that if it is okay to given him release him or not, it is completely based on Britishers' point of view. Their thoughts depend upon the prisoner's history and background. So yes, Savarkar has sent such kind of petition, but it is a completely a political tactic, and it is a strategy of the Veer Savarkar to get out of the jail. And so he was thinking that yes, you can send such kind of petition. I am trying to deceive the enemy, and I will again come back into the active politics, maybe directly or indirectly. They may not be allow me to enter into the politics. So okay, no issues. I will do some social work. I will do some other kind of work which is very helpful for my country to get it independence also. Not only independence, for social reformation also. So and Savarkar clearly mentioned all this, his philosophy behind sending this petition in his own autobiography, and he never denied that I've never sent such kind of petition. So the person who read Savarkar's autobiography, which is available in Marathi, Hindi, English, and I think almost all languages, can easily come to know that it is already known to all the readers, and it is not any new finding, or one researcher has went to some archives, or maybe came to UK or any archives, and he found Savarkar's mercy petition. It's not like that. It's already clearly mentioned into the Veer Savarkar's own autobiography. So I think it is completely false to say that Savarkar or Savarkarite authors or Savarkarite associate has hide these petitions. It is completely false, and so I have put forth this all the. I have written another book during the pandemic, which is whose title is Veer Savarkar's so-called mercy petitions, allegations, and reality. In that book, I have published all his available petitions, all the links. Some petitions I have received from Vikram Sampath also. Some petitions I have found from National Archives also. Some petitions I have received from British Library with the help of the Sanket Kulkarni also. So all the authors, including Vikram Sampath and me, and all other like Dhananjay Kir, V.C. Doshi, like a new author like Vaibhav Purandare, and now I have also published all these petitions as it is in my book, and all the authors never hide such kind of these things. So I don't know why the opponents are saying that the Savarkarite people has hidden these things. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you for making that very clear, because that's exactly what I wanted to hear and understand. Because obviously it's not that Savarkar wasn't honest. He was honest about everything. It's just it just helps us see the propaganda in trying to portray Savarkar as if he was almost betraying his own country, when in fact it couldn't have been further from the truth. So thank you so much for explaining that. So why do you think Savarkar was always targeted? And also, I want to know what you think about, do you think that after Narendra Modi came into power in 2014, do you think that the allegations around, mercy petitions and all the other allegations against Savarkar, do you think that has sort of resurfaced after, the 2014 Narendra Modi government being, coming into power? So, yeah, if you would please explain.
Sure. I think I have first time I have heard this so-called allegations in 2001, when Savarkar's portrait was displayed in Sansad in India's parliament. So at that time, it was the India government. Vajpayee was a prime minister. Then they have all the opponents started talking about his mercy petitions, his so-called involvement in Gandhi murder and all that. But after the India's tenure, they have another non-BJP or non-India governments. And again in 2014, when the BJP government came into the power, the allegations again came into the center, because the opponents are thinking that the BJP government is a Hindutwavadi government, and the fountainhead of the Hindutva is Veer Savarkar. So if you continuously pelting a stone on the fountainhead of the Hindutwavadi or Hindutva, then it is better to uphold or to destroy the so-called structure of the on our network of the Hindutva. And it is maybe there. I don't know is it true, but as per my knowledge and as per what is exactly I'm seeing from 2001 to 2003 and 2014 to till date, that it may be their plan to uproot the tree of the Hindutva. So they are continuously pelting a stone on Veer Savarkar. And another thing is that before the BJP government, maybe 2014 or maybe before the Vajpayee government, uh, all political parties parties were praising the Veer Savarkar. Like Savarkar's contemporary people, like Mahatma Gandhi also praised him. Mahatma Gandhi has written a letter to release the Veer Savarkar. Then the socialist at that time, like in Maharashtrian socialist leader like S.M. Joshi, then Nag N.G. Gore, then Bhai Vaidya, then the communist leader like Manavendranath Roy. Manavendranath Roy has openly said that I have taken the revolutionary inspiration from Veer Savarkar. Then Sripata Mruddange, he was a Maharashtrian communist, leftist communist leader. He also said that, yeah, he was a Veer Savarkar. Then Congress leader, famous leader and Prime Minister of India for a very long term, Honorable Indira Gandhi, he given the donation to the Veer Savarkar Memorial based in Dadar in Maharashtra. From his personal account, she has donated around 1740 to 70,000 to that memorial trust. Then she released the postal stamp on Veer Savarkar. She allowed to do documentary from Information Ministry, and Prem Vaidya has directed that documentary on Veer Savarkar during the Indira Gandhi's tenure. Then after that, you will find lots of Savarkar's political opponent are praising the Veer Savarkar. But when the BJP government came into the power in 1996 to 1999 to 2003-4, and again in 2014 to till date, same kind of political opponent are started again opposing Veer Savarkar thoughts. So my conclusion is that they have thinking that if you are painting a stone on the fountain of the Hindutva, and the BJP party is considered as the Hindutva party, so maybe it's their political need, because now the Hindutva came into the center stage into the Indian political scenario. So, but I personally feel that all the opponents allegations are political. Personally, they may feel that yes, Savarkar was a great patriot and he was a great leader. But right now, due to their political need, they are maybe opposing ideologically. Still, some opponents are saying openly that yes, we admire Veer Savarkar. We think we are saying that yes, Savarkar was a patriot, but his Hindutva is we are opposing his Hindutva, not his revolutionary movement. So still, some opponents are saying openly saying that we are opposing Hindutva Savarkar. We are not opposing the revolutionary Savarkar. So they are differentiating the Veer Savarkar, but maybe I think they had not read Savarkar's Hindutva book or the thoughts of Veer Savarkar, Hindutva thoughts, and why he has written the Hindutva book during that period, during that 1921-23. This is the centenary year of the Veer Savarkar's book, 2023. He has written a book in 1923 and publishing the same year. So this is a centenary year of the Hindutva book. So I think I'm still feeling is that all the opponents are personally not against Veer Savarkar. They are still feeling that Savarkar was a great patriot. They are only a political opponents of the Veer Savarkar.
Thank you. Thank you so much for clarifying that. So it's really interesting because, because the information was always there, and but because we have a BJP government, that they've decided to use this against it purely for political reasons, and you explained it so well. Thank you so much. So with regards to I know that Savarkarji was actually, he'd known Gandhiji for about 40 years. They've known each other. How did it come about that he became, a suspect, or even connected with the assassination of Gandhiji? How did that come about?
Uh, the thing is that the person who shot dead the Mahatma Gandhi was Nathuram Godse, and his associate Narayan Apte. They both were leaders of the Hindu Mahasabha. Savarkar was Hindu Mahasabha's president from 1937 to 1943, and he converted socio-religious cultural party to political party. So Savarkar was one-handedly spread the Hindu Mahasabha in all over the India around 5 to 6 years. And Nathuram and Narayan Apte both were Karyakartas, Swayamsevak of the Hindu Mahasabha. They personally met sometime Veer Savarkar. So, but Veer Savarkar, Veer Savarkar, Nathuram Godse, they too have some personal dispute on matter of the violence, non-violence, Satyagraha, Gandhiji, and regarding, because Savarkar has sent one or two letters to oppose the Nathuram Godse, because in some meetings, Nathuram Godse had tried to create some disturbances in Mahatma Gandhi meeting. So Savarkar clearly opposed act of the Nathuram Godse, and he said that it is completely wrong to create some disturbances in any leader. You can counter it. You can make you maybe disagree with his argument, or maybe his maybe what he was trying to saying, but you are not allowed to create any disturbances when you were not a member of that Congress party. So it is better to you called a separate meeting, and you can show the reality, or you can answer their all his allegation or all his statements. So there is also dispute between the Savarkar and Nathuram Godse also. When Nathuram shot dead Mahatma Gandhi, it is known that he was from Hindu Mahasabha, and Savarkar was a staunch political opponent of Mahatma Gandhi at that time. So maybe they feel that it is a good to arrest. It is a good time to take a political advantage, and it is a true, because at that time they had to this political advantage, and at that time Hindu Mahasabha was started gradually down and down from that time. So there was only one Hindutwadi party at that time uh, uh, become very less efficient after the murder of the Mahatma Gandhi. And then after Chama Prasad Mukherjee founded Jana Sangha, then Janta Sangha, and now it is a BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. But personally, Savarkar met two times in Mahatma Gandhi. First in UK, in London, where Savarkar was staying in India House in Highgate. He called Mahatma Gandhi to preside over the Dashera function. Then Savarkar has given a speech under the presidency of the Mahatma Gandhi also. Mahatma Gandhi clearly said that I'm completely against the Savarkar's revolutionary thoughts and armed struggle movement, but I admire his patriotism, and I am very impressed with his oratory skills. Then Mahatma Gandhi met Savarkar when he was on tour of Ratnagiri, and at that time, Veer Savarkar was interned in Ratnagiri. So Mahatma Gandhi personally went to the Savarkar house. He said namaste to his wife, because he said that his devotion and her devotion and her tyag is much more bigger than Veer Savarkar, because he had to face lots of social injustice from, because his husband and his all family, his two brothers, means all the three Savarkar brothers were in jail at that time, because his elder brother also sentenced to life imprisonment in cellular jail His younger brother Narayanrao Savarkar was also for sentenced 6 months of imprisonment. So there's a period in that at that time when all the three brothers were in jail. So Gandhi praised Mai Savarkar, Savarkar wife, and also admire Veer Savarkar for their tyag, their patriotism, their devotion towards the nation freedom. Then they had some conversation in that meeting, but at the same time, they both had some disputes over two or three violence, non-violence, satyagraha, or we have to do satyagraha or not. So there is it is a completely true that's there. Savarkar was a armed struggle revolutionary, and Mahatma Gandhi was the father of the non-violence movement. But they both had very. I'm not saying that they both were very good friends, but I'm saying that they are admiring each other. Veer Savarkar also had a very good conversation with Mahatma Gandhi when Mahatma Gandhi was on a hunger strike in 1943. So Savarkar sent a letter to Mahatma Gandhi on Congress leader that it is please told Mahatma Gandhi to stop this hunger strike because it will deteriorate his health, and their health is now is a national health, and Mahatma Gandhi's life is very important to the nation, and it is sent by the Veer Savarkar, and it is available in Savarkar's complete collected volumes and his biography also. So such a person, it is not possible to that such a person was involved in Mahatma Gandhi's murder, and Veer Savarkar was completely against the violence against our own Indian people or Britishers also. Savarkar is saying that armed revolution means that the cruel Britisher, you're allowed to like Curzon Wiley, like Jackson. Curzon Wiley was shot dead by the Madan Lal Dhingra. Then Jackson shot dead by the Ananta Kandre. They both were cruel administrative persons, and they shot dead by the Indian revolutionary. But Savarkar said that I am not against Britishers. I am not against any English person. I am against the person who are doing atrocities on Indian people on behalf of the British Empire. But I admire the British people for their democratic thoughts, their discipline, and even after in future. So at that time, India was not independent. So Savarkar said that when in future, when India become independent nation, and at that time or after that some time, if the UK or Britishers maybe get enslaved by some another country, then I will fight for the freedom of the UK and Britishers, because here his thought is that enslaving any country or any community or any religion or a dharma, it is injustice to the humanity. So the Savarkar was not against any British people. He was against the cruelty and the cruel person or any officer doing the atrocities on any Indian people. So the same thing is applicable to this also. So he was against the Mahatma Gandhi's non-violence thoughts, but he was not against the Mahatma Gandhi as a personally. So I think it is impossible, and it is there lots of documents, lots of letter are available that one time Savarkar praising Mahatma Gandhi, at the same time Mahatma Gandhi praising the Savarkar. Mahatma Gandhi also written the special article on Savarkar, named the title is Savarkar Brothers, to get release of the Veer Savarkar brothers. So maybe they have taken some political advantage to destroy the Hindu so-called Hindu Mahasabha party. But other than this, there is no such evidence available. And recently, 3 to 4 years ago, one new evidence was found that there is one American officer who was in India during that Gandhi murder trial, and he met C.K. Daftari. He was a government lawyer, So he said that it is better if the government has put this trial on Nathuram Godse and Narayan Apte, and it is very wrong to involve Veer Savarkar in Gandhi murder, and there is no evidences available against Veer Savarkar. And the
Thank
same letter, Donovan, he's sent to his officers in America, and the same letter was found by the Dr. Pankaj Fadnis in America. So I have also added in my book also.
all right.
So you can say the Mahatma Gandhi and Savarkar are political opponents, but not they don't have any personal hatred.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Akshay Ji. I just have one last question before we move to the audience questions. So I know, we understand that you are currently, still doing your research. Can you please tell us a little bit more about, the particular pathway that you're still researching and your study?
Yeah, as I said, that this is a centenary year of the Veer Savarkar's famous book, Hindutva, Who is Hindu? And the thing is that regarding Veer Savarkar's Hindutva, there are lots of misconception in Savarkarite people. Forget about the opponents, but there are lots of misconception in Savarkarite people, Savarkar Bhakta, Savarkar researchers, Savarkar authors. So I could not find any perfect analysis of the Veer Savarkar Hindutva. So I wanted to put forth the Veer Savarkar Hindutva as it is from his Savarkar's own words, with support of the reports or correspondence of the Britishers. They have exchange between their officers, and also some evidences from the Savarkar's contemporary people and memoirs. So I have selected this topic, Veer Savarkar's Hindutva, nationalism and Hindu Mahasabha. And restricted this topic from the period of the 1923 to India's independence 1947, because after 1948 Savarkar was completely retired from the political life. So I have restricted this topic to this period, and I have collected lots of material from National Archives, New Delhi, Nehru Memorial, New Delhi, now in British Library, London, UK, and I'm thinking to give the title like the Veer Savarkar's Hindutva, notion of Hindu survival, and how the Veer Savarkar's Hindutva was not against any non-Hindu. It is not against Muslim, not against Christian, not against Jewish, Parsis, or any religion or dharma of the world. How Veer Savarkar Hindutva is the heading towards the humanity, and how the Savarkar's Hindutva it parts toward the humanitarian policy or humanity of the world, universality, universal brotherhood of the world. So I'm writing the book from that perspective, that Veer Savarkar's Hindutva is it is a part. So his ultimate goal was humanity. So in this centenary year, I'm trying to put forth Veer Savarkar's political, ideological biography in academic manner, and looking forward to complete it maybe in 3 to 4 months.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just have an audience question. So the question is, if Savarkarji and Congress had only ideological differences, then why he was not paid any pension which was meant for freedom fighters after Bharat got freedom? Do you think this was due to this right to freedom was purely denied because of political and ideological differences?
It is half truth, I can say. From 1947 to 64, 65, it was denied to deny. You can't say deny, but Savarkar never demanded for that. So it was not given to Veer Savarkar. But when at that time some pro Savarkar at MPs raised this question in Parliament that why the Veer Savarkar was given the pension, and he was a great revolutionary at that time, and he was inspiration for the all revolution at that time. So there was a debate going on, and finally Savarkar was started receiving the pension from the government from I think end of the 1964 to till his death 1966. So it is not a denied, but it was not given because he was not demanded. Savarkar said that it is not a good to demand a pension for my patriotism.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. We've come to the end to our webinar. Thank you so much for taking part in, sharing such valuable of your experiences and also your passion for actually researching Veer Savarkar. So I'd like to I just have that I'm aware that you are now in London on a short research trip and that you have a busy schedule. So it does. I just want to say that on behalf of Insight UK, it does really mean a lot to us that you've actually spent, your time with us, and it would really it has thrown a lot of lights on lots of the questions which has been surfaced, particularly after 2014. And I hope that our audiences have found it helpful. The information that you've shared. So thank you so much again, Akshay Ji, and I'd like to thank everybody who've actually taken out the time to join Insight UK for this webinar. And hopefully we will see you all again soon in another webinar. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.